This here is a bit of a throwback. I don't even see a date on the article, but it's a nice little collection of Friends of Johnny. By the way, this is the actual net. I'm going to leave the ads up because, I think it's a good thing. At some point, AI is going to take everybody's job, so more power to you. Good luck. All right, famous friends of Johnny Depp. A list of famous people who are friends with Johnny Depp listed alphabetically with photos when available. Well, thank you for the alphabetical order. First up, Winona Ryder, and I can't disagree there. I kind of like Winona, great actress, no complaints. Paul Bettany, who had that famous little texting back and forth with Johnny, I'm cool with Paul. Paul McCartney, who I think is just one of the greatest human beings that ever walked the face of the earth, so I'm there with Paul. Thank you, Sir Paul McCartney, by the way. At a recent concert, McCartney played a video of Depp on screen behind him during a performance of his track My Valentine. Great. Vanessa Paradis, obviously, we know the story behind her. J.K. Rowling, another very, very big name. Chris Rock. I can't quite recall what happened with Chris Rock. Oh, right. He made a joke about Amber. I guess that kind of means he supports Johnny, but not necessarily. Just because you make a joke about Amber doesn't necessarily mean you've defended Johnny, but alright. Javier Bardem, obviously, I'm a fan of his. Penelope Cruz, that's another obvious one, of course. She's in a new movie with Johnny, Day Drinker, waiting for it to come out, and it can't come out soon enough. Kate Moss, who was actually in Virginia, virtually, defending Johnny, goes without saying, she's great. Nicolas Cage, can't exactly remember what he did or said. Alright, I'm getting a little confused. My bad. They're just saying people who have been friends with Johnny over the years, not necessarily that defended him recently, but alright. Joe Rogan, who famously called out Amber Heard very early on. My video says 4 years ago, which was like 5 years ago. So over 5 years ago, Joe Rogan pretty much nailed it. Orlando Bloom, absolutely. Orlando Bloom is still strongly hinting he wants Johnny back in Pirates. Marlon Brando was friends with Johnny, but of course, no connection to the case whatsoever. Helena Bonham Carter. She was in Fight Club. Right. Kevin McNally, who I'm pretty sure stood up for Johnny on social media if I recall. Laurie Holden, can't remember. John Waters, I can't exactly remember him either. I'd argue he's not like super famous. If I just said to you, hey, John Waters coming out with a new movie, you'd be like, who? What? So, all right. I'd kind of skip him. Jennifer Aniston, obviously, yes, super famous. Bill Burr, not a huge fan these days, but all right. He said he was a huge Johnny fan, so cool. Arlen Baldwin, I guess that's Alec Baldwin's daughter or one of the Baldwin's daughters. Okay, so she said on Instagram she knew women like Amber Heard. That's why she supported Johnny. So, all right, good on her. I can't quite recall covering that, but all right. Tim Burton. All right, the past is the past, and that's cool. They've got 8 movies together, but recently, within the last 5 years, Tim has said at least once every few months or something like that, he's going to work with Johnny. No Johnny, no Addams Family, this kind of thing. But lo and behold, nothing tangible happened. So for me, Timmy, gotta remain skeptical on how much you stayed friends with Johnny throughout the time, through the tough times. Terry Gilliam, who wants to make a film with Johnny, but I heard it's got production cost issues. Okay, but I think his heart's in the right place. Marilyn Manson, obviously, horrible freaking picture, but okay. River Phoenix, right, River was friends with Johnny, but, just a famous mention. Nothing to do with anything recently, obviously. Keith Richards, right, of course, Rolling Stones band member. He's no Paul McCartney, but I'll take it. But I mean, he's pretty damn good in his own right. Just saying he's no Paul McCartney, no one is. Heath Ledger, just a famous mention. Iggy Pop, oh, right. Interesting. But once again, just a famous mention, and Iggy Pop is no Paul McCartney. Just saying. But he's pretty cool. Hunter S. Thompson, of course. Faye Dunaway. All right, now the list is just going into... Wait, Noel Gallagher. Okay. Depp played, I think, slide guitar on one of Oasis' songs. Cool. But now we're just getting into people who Johnny knew, not really connected to the case or that stood up for him. All right, that's about it there. In case you're wondering, I got this from the Depp Delusion forum. Of course, they hate the list. They say Depp's been awful to work with for years. I guess that's why all these people are friends with him and support him. 100%, I can't believe women went to great lengths to defend this monster. Like how? Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz are the most disappointing to see on the list for me. Yeah, Paul Bettany's quote was a straight lie since we've seen the incredibly violent and misogynistic tweets between the two. Alright, not going to read too much of this. They've got like an encyclopedia worth of comments here, just going on about how they can't understand why these people support Johnny. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm doing pop culture, entertainment, whatever comes up. If you don't subscribe here, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.